Ako daw po ay hindi sumusunod sa batas.
Huwag
Yun!
po nating gamitin ang oras ng impeachment court sa pagpapaliwanag o sa pagtatanggol ng ating mga sarili. This is not the right place.
Naku.
This court was established, was created, the impeachment court,
Naku.
for the Vice President and Vice President only.
Naku
Huwag na
po.
ho natin payagan na magsalita pa po dito because nasasayang.
It is useless to argue a legal point with a non-lawyer.
Yun!
I do not have 4 years of law, but I have 29 years of lawmaking.
Sagutan
Hindi
talaga.
kami ang nagwe-waste ng time.
But let us not abuse the liberality of this
Yun!
court, Mr. President.
Sagutan talaga, sagutan ha, sagutan.
Saan tayo pupunta, mahal?
Sa langit, mahal, gusto kitang madala doon. Ba? Oh, San Pedro, papasukin mo kami.
Anong pangalan nyo?
Ako si Clarita.
Ako naman si Bong Mandara.
Hindi kayo pwede dito dahil sobrang sama nyo, ninakawan nyo ang taong bayan. Itatapon ko kayo sa impyerno.
Tulad! Tulad! Ano tong lugar na to? Ang init, wala man lang aircon.
Bobo mo naman. Kaya nga impyerno mga kampon. Kalad ka rin sila at ibalik sa lupa. Baka nakawin pa nila ang trono ko.
Bago tayo mag-umpisa, baka pwede nyong i-like ang video na to. Malaking bagay ang like sa aming mga content creators. Maraming salamat po.
Sagutan talaga, sagutan ha, sagutan.
Senator Judge Padilla, sir, what is your pleasure?
Bakbakan po ito mga karyasyon.
Maraming salamat po sa ating tagapamahalang hukom at sa ating pong ginoong Pangulo. Nais ko lamang pong basahin ng napakaigsing manifestasyon po.
The gentleman may proceed with his manifestation.
Maraming salamat po. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Aming mga kasama, ako po'y humihingi ng paumanhin sapagkat ito pong nakaraang linggo, lumabas po sa mga balita na may aligasyon na ako daw po ay hindi sumusunod sa batas. Ito po ay nakalulungkot para sa isang senador, sa isang senator judge, ang masabihan na hindi sumusunod sa batas. Samantalang nung tayo po ay merong mahal na saksi dito, pinaalala po natin sa kanya na harapin ang batas. Noong nakaraang linggo, ang atin pong kaibigan na ombudsman, ang sinabi po ng mahal na ombudsman na ako daw po ay hindi sumunod sa kanilang pasabi na mag-file ng aking counter affidavit. Nakakalungkot po ito sapagkat hindi po ito totoo. Inaamin ko po sa inyo kung ICC lang, hindi po talaga ako susunod. Hindi ako magpapasakop sa ICC. Pero dahil ginagalang ko po ang ombudsman, dahil siya po ay aking kaibigan na itinuturing, dahil nagkaroon na po kami ng napakahabang kwentuhan sa aking opisina nung siya po ay kalihim ng hustisya, nag-file po kami. Ito po, hawak ko po ang original. Dahil sa akin po, importante ang original. Ito po ang original, nakalagay po dito. Nag-file ako. Nakalulungkot po na pati ang media ay nakikisama sa ganitong klasing propaganda na ang isang senador ay hindi sumusunod sa batas. Isang senator judge. Ito po, maaari ko po kayong bigyan ng kopya, mga mahal kong kasama, para mapatunayan na sa kahihiyan. Ako po ay nag-submit ng aking counter affidavit. At ganun din po, humihiling din po ako sa aking mga kasama, lalong-lalo na po sa aking kaibigan, Ginoong Pangulo, na Sa mga ganitong pagkakataon, hinihingi ko po na tulungan din po ninyo kami. Na maipaliwanag din po namin sa media na meron din po kaming mga pagkakataon na ipagtanggol din ang aming sarili at kami wag husgahang kagad na kami hindi sumusunod sa batas.
Yun!
Yun lamang po, Ginoong Pangulo at tagapangulong hukom. Maraming salamat.
Senators Erwin Tulfo, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, thereafter Senator Judge Tito Soto are recognized. What is your pleasure, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo?
Mr.
Ito.
Presiding Officer, Senate President.
So sandali lang nagsalita si Robin Padilla doon mga karyason. Pero itong si Eric Sylvester Tuplok, napakahaba po nito mga karyason. Pakinggan natin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this impeachment court was established to try the Vice President of the Republic. Ang punto ko po rito, kasi napapansin ko po ilang araw na nagagamit po natin ang impeachment court, ang oras po ng impeachment court sa pagpapaliwanag. Naintindihan ko po ang posisyon ng aking kaibigan, si Senador Robin Padilla. Yung kanya pong frustrations. Pero gusto ko lang po sana ipaalala sa ating presiding officer, sa ating pong Senate President, at matanong ano po ba ang ating ginagamit na rules ngayon? Pwede po ba yung mga problema po labas sa impeachment court na ito o labas sa kaso ng Vice President ay dadalhin natin dito? Di po ba ang korte na ito na itatag para po sana kay Vice President at kay Vice President lamang? Mga ebidensya, mga testimonya, mga pahayag patungkol lamang po sana sa impeachment ng Vice President. Kasi dito pong mga nagdaang araw, Mr. Presiding Officer, Senate President, mga kasama, napansin ko po na nagagamit ang oras po ng impeachment court sa pagtatanggol po ng mga nakaraang araw ng sarili ng ilan sa mga kasamahan natin sa mga akusasyon. This is not the right forum and the right venue and not the right time to explain your situation. Kung gusto po ninyong mag-eksplika ng inyong mga saloobin, problema, maaari naman po ninyong gawin yan sa labas po ng oras ng impeachment court. Maaari pong sa press conference, nandyan naman po ang Senate media. Anytime po, nandoon sila sa Senate briefing room, press briefing room. Maaari din po sa Facebook o sa YouTube magpaliwanag. Huwag po nating gamitin ang oras ng impeachment court sa pagpapaliwanag o sa pagtatanggol ng ating mga sarili simula pa po noong nakaraang linggo. Because the time we waste here to defend ourselves, defend what we believe or what have you, is an injustice to the Vice President. Yung oras po na ito dapat ilaan natin sa pakikinig sa depensa ng Vice Presidente, sa mga akusasyon laban sa Vice Presidente, hindi po pagdidepensa sa mga sarili natin kung tayo inaakusahan ng kung anong mga ahensya, kung tayo po ay may mga kaso, may mga investigasyon. This is not the right forum, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. President, Senate President. This is not the right place. This court was established, was created, the impeachment court, for the Vice President and Vice President only. This should be her time. This should be her forum, not our forum here na ilabas natin ang saloobin natin, mga sagot natin sa mga akusasyon, mga kaso laban sa atin. And this is not also the time, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, na hanapin yung mga kasama nating nawawala, nakakulong, dapat po doon sa Senado natin, sa sesyon natin, and not here in this court, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Senate President. Kaya pakiusap ko lamang po sana sa ating mahal na Presiding Officer and Senate President, let us follow the rules. May rules ho tayo. Kung hindi naman ho patungkol sa Vice President na sasabihin natin, Hindi naman po patungkol sa depensa o prosekusyon ng Vice Presidente natin, then wag na ho natin payagan na magsalita pa po dito because nasasayang. Because every minute, every hour that we waste away from the defense or from the prosecution of the case of the Vice President, it is injustice. It is called injustice to the Vice President, to her family, yung anguish, yung kanyang sama ng loob, yung oras na nakabinbin ng kaso na ito. Let us do this impeachment trial as quickly as possible. If we have to clear the Vice President, then let's clear her. If we have to prosecute, then prosecute her with the evidence kung meron. Not waste our time kung ano-anong sinasabi natin dito to protect ourselves, to defend ourselves. This is not the right forum, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Kindly wind up,
Mr. Senate
Senator Judge
President.
Erwin Tulfo.
This is not the right forum for us to defend ourselves. Bring it somewhere else. Bring it to the press. Bring it to the social media, but not here. Thank you, Mr. President.
The remarks of the gentleman are noted. Earlier, Senator Judge Alan asked to be recognized. Are you yielding in favor of Senator Judge Padilla? And thereafter, Senator Judge Soto, thereafter, Senator Judge
Thank you,
Padilla,
Mr.
before the
Presiding
chair
Officer.
makes a ruling on the matter. Yes, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano is recognized.
Thank you. I'm
You may
happy.
proceed.
Kinakabahan po kasi itong si Eric Sylvester. Kinakabahan po siya kasi nababanggit yung 400 million na SALENIAS ang galing yan. Kinakabahan po mga kareaksyon. Huwag kang magalala, maimbestigan ka rin. Huwag kang magalala.
Sir?
I'm happy I finally heard Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo is concerned about the justice or injustice to Vice President Sara. That's good news. Regarding the waste of time here, sabi ni Senator Joker Arroyo, it is useless to argue a legal point with a non-lawyer. When Senator Marcoleta brought that up here, nagkaroon ng commotion. Senator Miriam stood up here many times and said, kaya ka nga nagpo 4 years na law school at nagbabar. So let me give my own interpretation. The impeachment court is formed with lawyers and non-lawyers. And we interact, and it's for everyone, and we're equal. But if there's an engineer here or a doctor, and they talk about medical principles, I have to either study and argue on medical principles. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin, hindi, ganito lang yan, logic lang yan, etc. Diba? So, ang legal principle natin today is simple, integrity ng court. So, allow me to mention that to the people and help educate my colleague here. The integrity of the court and the justices or judges is always relevant. So if the Supreme Court or COMELEC, Court of Tax Appeals, Sandigan Bayan is being heard and the judges are being threatened, you give them time. So we cannot take the impeachment out of context. May nangyayaring flood control scandal, may nangyayaring gulo sa Team Unity na hindi na united ngayon. We consider Senator Marcoleta and Senator Jinggoy political prisoners, weaponized yung Blue Ribbon Committee at weaponized yung ano. So Mr. President, hindi tama na sabihin na I wasn't, after we brought up the problem with NBI, they doubled down, naggumawa pa ng task force. I mentioned 2 colleagues sa SALN, I didn't accuse them. Sabi ko lang, just like Vice President Sara, just because tumaas ang SALN, can we already ask for the BIR, for the AMLA and the bank accounts? So sabi ko, yan ang i-discuss namin sa Monday. Nag-react na, nag-accuse. I did not take up your accusations here today. Si Secretary Vince Dizon, 3 beses na nag-verify sa Taguig. Sinabi na 3 beses na walang ghost. Ngayon, i-verify ulit. I wasn't going to bring that up, but then i-question ninyo si Senator Padilla. It was all over the news na hindi niya inintindi or he snubbed the ombudsman. I was going to stand up before Senator Erwin stood up just to say, may registered mail. So nung una pa lang, 5 minutes si Senator Tulfo, so I'll take the 5 minutes also if you don't mind.
The gentleman may proceed and
Yes.
kindly be mindful of the time.
Yes, I will now. So I'm just saying, Senator Padilla just stood up to say, sumusunod siya sa batas. Tapos, kaya humaba to dahil nga hindi importante ata dito yung integrity ng judge. Lastly, kaya sinabi kong it's useless to argue a legal point. Ilang beses ko na narinig dito. It's our job to clear or prosecute the Vice President. Hindi po. It's our job to try and to decide. It's the prosecution's job to try to prosecute, and it's the defense job to convince us na wala. Our job is to try and to decide. And when you decide, you acquit or you convict. Why is that important? These are legal terms. Hindi pwedeng yung nanonood na law student ngayon sasabihin, trabaho pala ng judge to clear or to prosecute. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Senate President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano. His remarks are noted. Senator Judge Soto, thereafter, Senator Judge Padilla, thereafter, the presiding officer shall make a ruling. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President, the presiding officer. I do not have 4 years of law, but I have 29 years of lawmaking. And I move that the manifestations of that we have heard be referred to the Senate proper.
We will
Nasaktan po si Wambol University scholar, hindi niya matanggap na hindi siya lawyer. Hindi niya matanggap na hindi siya lawyer.
act on it at the proper time, Your Honor.
Ba't di ka
Thank you.
nag-aaral?
Your remarks are noted. Senator Judge Padilla is recognized. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat po, aming tagapamahalang hukom. Ito pong kasuotan natin sa mga oras na ito, hindi lamang po ito nire-represent ang impeachment ng ating pangalawang Pangulo. Ang nire-represent po nito ay ating karapatan bilang mga Pilipino at unang-una na ang due process. Ito po yun ang ibig sabihin. Kaya ikaw ay pangalawang Pangulo, ikaw ang Pangulo, ikaw ay Senator Judge, ikaw ay magsasaka, ikaw ay mangingisda, kailangan may due process. Yung pong nangyari sa akin, na ako po ay nahusgahan na kaagad bilang Senator Judge, ang pinaglalaban po natin integridad ng korte na ito at ng mga Senator Judge. Kaya sana po wag nating kalimutan na ang bawat Pilipino ay may karapatan, lalong-lalo na sa usapin na ikaw, ako, sa oras na ito, ay Senator Judge. Yun lamang po, napakaiksi lang. Due process, mga mahal kong kaibigan, mga mahal kong kababayan, maging prosecution, maging defense, sa ating lahat, wag nating kalimutan, pantay-pantay tayo sa batas. Maraming salamat po.
Senator Judge Pangilinan, what is your pleasure, sir?
Yes, just a very quick manifestation, Mr. Presiding Officer. Earlier, former Senate President Soto moved that these matters be referred to the Senate. This is precedent, actually. During the Estrada impeachment trial, the father of Senator Cayetano, Alan, Senator Rene Cayetano, made a manifestation regarding a case that was supposedly being prepared, a criminal case to be filed against him. It was raised in the impeachment court, but ultimately the impeachment court agreed that the manifestation was referred to the Senate as a legislative body. So there is precedent for this. Yes, the court allowed then Senator Rene Cayetano to make his manifestation, but eventually it was resolved that the matter be referred to the Senate as a legislative body. So we share. We move for the previous. Yes, we move. We call for the previous question, Mr. President.
Senator Judge Cayetano.
I think the presiding officer ruled that we will take it up later on, but if Senator Judge Pangilinan will insist, then I have to object on a point of order. Rule 6 says, the last part, the provisions of the rules of the Senate and the revised rules of court shall apply suppletory whenever applicable. And in the rules of the Senate, whenever the senator feels threatened or anything happens, whether pinatayan ng aircon, whether may nakatutok na barel or sinaran ng pinto, he can rise on a point of personal and collective privilege. We didn't do that para umikli. Now, if we're going to argue today rather than ask them about due process with a simple manifestation from Senator Padilla na hindi totoong binabastos o binabaliwala ang ombudsman, registered mail lang kaya hindi pa nadagdag. So, hindi kami ang nagwe-waste ng time. We can have a caucus, we can talk about it. You want to debate that now?
With the permission of Senator Judge Pangilinan, to abbreviate the proceedings,
May I just, Mr. President, because I was alluded to, Mr. President. May I just very quickly, Mr. President, Rule 6 on...
you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rule 6 of our impeachment rules, Mr. President, which was quoted by Senator Cayetano as being suppletory. Mr. President, that refers to evidence, rulings on evidence in the impeachment trial. It does not refer to privileged speeches. Therefore, the suppletory nature of the rules of court, as well as the Senate rules, refer to matters pertaining to evidence and no other, Mr. President. But in the spirit of liberality, we will allow that. That's precisely why we did not object when he spoke last week. But let us not abuse the liberality of this court, Mr. President.
With the permission of Senator Judge Tulfo Erwin, the chair will make a ruling because I believe it is also his position not to prolong this matter in discussing collateral matters not pertaining to the articles of impeachment that we are hearing and trying before the impeachment court. The chair rules that the manifestation of Senator Judge Padilla shall remain in the records. We cite as a precedent to the precedent mentioned by Senator Judge Pangilinan, where the speech of former Senator, the late former Senator Rene Cayetano was not expunged from the record, but referred to the Senate impeachment, Senate rather, as a legislative body where it may be taken up. I ask the indulgence of the parties to this case. Wala po kasi kaming session. Ito lang po ang pagkakataong nakakapagsalita at nagkikita-kita kami habang recess kami. Pero umaasa ako, within hearing distance of my colleagues, na kapag ka nag-resume na po ang Senado sa susunod na linggo matapos ang sona ng Pangulo, may pagkakataon na po ang bawat miyembro ng Senado bilang senador, hindi bilang senator judge, na mailabas yung mga hinaing o anumang nais nilang sabihin kaugnay sa anumang nagaganap o nangyayaring hindi tama sa kanila o ginagawa laban sa kanila. And that, I think, is the proper forum for us to ventilate, discuss, look into, and if necessary, investigate the allegations and or accusations against senator judges in their capacity likewise as senators. So ordered. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge?
I will just manifest, I correct myself, it was stamped, not registered mail. And since I agree with the ruling, I will not anymore argue the
Thank you,
other
sir.
rule that correlates with Rule 6. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Noted that it was stamped. The Senate President, thereafter, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Hopefully we can move on after the manifestations of the gentlemen.
Let me appreciate and thank the ruling of the Presiding Officer to refer
Can you tell us the difference between evidence and proof? In your layman's term or legal terms, or if you want to look it up, but in how do we explain to people the difference between evidence and proof?
Oh, evidence. Meron kang ebidensya. Yung evidence, maglilijon sa proof. Puproof mo, mapapatunayan mo. It's been proven. Yung evidence, meron kang ebidensya na pwede mong patunayan. Sa proof, talagang certain na talaga na, talagang totoo. O yung evidence, binibuild mo pa lang yung case. Pero ito, pakinggan po natin ang sagot niya.
Napakabigat po ng inyong tanong.
Oo, napakabigat daw ng yung tanong. Pero yung ngipin niya sa harap, hindi mabigat.
But in how do we explain to people the difference between evidence and proof?
Napakabigat po ng inyong tanong.
No, in our words lang.
I will
para
try
lang
my best,
maintindihan.
Your Honor, to answer it. In a court proceeding, whether we're speaking of an impeachment court or a regular court, the judges look at the evidence. They may never be able to know the entire truth kasi ang pangyayari ay nangyari dati pa po. Essentially, a trial is really a reconstruction of something that happened before. So it may happen in some cases that there is enough evidence to make conclusions as far as a judgment is concerned, even if the members of the court did not get to see the entire truth.
Yes.
Ang gusto po namin maiwasan na dito sa impeachment court ay meron po tayong hindi mailatag na ebidensya sa mga maestrado po na nandito para talagang maging buo yung larawan nila bago po kayo magpapasya.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question that all of us here want na mailatag yung ebidensya. The question is, do you have the evidence or are you fishing for the evidence? And that's a question not only for you but for every single impeachment process, not only the umabot dito, because myself, Senator Subiri, Senator Chis Escudero, then later on Senator Villanueva, has been in the House many times during impeachments of presidents and chief justices, no? But the reason I ask between evidence and proof is because if you have the evidence, you want the opportunity, diba, to bring it here, show the relevancy, connect it to the crime, we admit it so that if it's true, then we can convict. The opposite sides na will either question, hindi admissible yan, or admissible pero walang relationship yan, etc. No? So what I'm saying is that if you're going to prove your case with no evidence except that if you get all of that, then magiging arbitrary yung House of Representatives sinong gusto nilang i-impeach, because almost any public official who's been there for a long time, you will see discrepancies in their SALN because unang-una iba yung acquisition cost at iba yung current value at iba din yung deadline ng December 31, no? Which after this I'll ask the defense to answer, then I'll go into the AMLA, which is different from bank accounts, no? So if you're coming to the court with evidence already, but kinukuha mo yung subpoena na yan, di ba, to further prove your point, I don't think there'll be a question there. As Attorney Powa said kanina na kung yung BIR box na yan, alam natin yung laman, and dapat gamitin dito, they inallege nyo na. Pero kung hindi alam yung laman, are we fishing there if there's a tax evasion or wala? I don't know the answer. I'm asking you the question. You can answer it in any way you're comfortable in answering.
If I may briefly narrate the procedure that the House might had to undergo for the articles to reach this honorable court. When the complaints were filed before the House of Representatives, the Committee on Justice was tasked not with conducting a trial, not with ferreting out all the evidence, but simply determining whether there was probable cause to proceed with the case. So hindi po namin hinanap yung kabuuan ng ebidensya dahil hindi po namin tungkulin yon.
Yes.
When we made a determination that there was sufficient probable cause to proceed with that case, then that is what we submitted in terms of the articles of impeachment that reached this honorable court. Ngayon, syempre po, just like a preliminary investigation conducted by a prosecutor, ang hawak lang po niyang ebidensya, ang titingnan lang po niya ay kung merong probable cause. Not all the evidence yet is before that prosecutor because wala pa pong trial. Yeah. The presentation of evidence, even the subpoena or compulsion to present evidence will only happen when the trial takes place. And yung tinutukoy po ninyong fishing expedition, yun ay maaring sabihin natin nangyari kung only if the party requesting the evidence or documents ay nagbabaka sakali lang. Baka may makuha tayo dito. In our case, I have to disagree that there was any sort of fishing expedition because based on what the Committee on Justice and later the plenary of the House found was sufficient, there was enough cause to proceed with the
I'll
case.
go to probable cause, but yung sinabi mo, baka sakaling may makukuha dito. You said hindi ganon. So anong makukuha natin if we grant all the subpoenas you're requesting?
The evidentiary facts, Your Honor, that were not yet, hindi pa nakita ng House nung ang ginagawa lang po namin ay determinahin ang probable cause.
So nagbabaka sakali din?
Hindi po.
No, kasi you said...
Because there is basis for requesting for the
So what
bank
will you
records.
see? You still don't know what you'll see.
We are basing the request for the bank records on the evidence and information provided by the Anti-Money Laundering Council, which appears to show that there were billions of pesos that went through the accounts of the Vice President during that
Let's go
period
to
of
that
time.
with the permission of the defense, then I think you're listing down naman. So,
Wala pa po mga ka-reaction. Gusto lang talaga nilang mangisda ng ebidensya.
Unang-una, itong panukalang 10,000 pesos na ayuda sa bawat pamilya ay isinulong ito nang siya pa ay miyembro ng Kongreso. At nung hindi ito umuusad, ang una niyang sinisi rito ay si Congressman Alfred Vargas. Kasi lumalabas na laging siyang walang sala. At nung May 14, 2021, eto nga ay sabi natin na noon pa ito ipinapanukala. Pero hindi ito umandar, hindi ito umusad, kaya naninisi ng iba. So hindi pa po Pangulo, si Pangulo Marcos
Grabe yan,
Jr. dito, ng mga panahon na ito. At ng July 24, 2021, no hindi nga po umusad, ang sabi niya, let's give people 10K, not 10K excuses. Again, dahil hindi ito umuusad sa Kongreso, muli, naninisi siya ng iba. Ang isang panukala, kung maganda naman ang maidudulot at kaya, hindi posible itong ipasa. At nung naipasa ang 2022 national budget, hindi pa rin po Pangulo, si Pangulong Marcos Jr. noon. At ikinalungkot niya na hindi ito nabigyan ng pansin dahil hindi na isama sa 5 trillion 2022 national budget. At ito lang June 30, 2022, sinabi niya, sa mga nagbabash sa 10K ayuda, kung kaya ko lang silang bigyan ng tagsa 10,000, binigay ko na sana sa kanila. Pero sa katotohanan, ito'y isang legislative proposal. So, ang ibig sabihin nito,
Niloloko tayo nito mga ka-reaction. Siyempre, merong control si Bongbong sa Kongreso. Di ba ba? Di yung na lang nila, AIX, MAIP, AKAP na lang ang gagawin. Tama na! Tama na yung lukuhan. Ako po, sinasabi po natin, mga ka-reaction Tama na yung lukuhan na yan, di ba?
Complaints for preliminary investigation against former House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Mantakin mo yan, preliminary pa lang hanggang ngayon, ang tagal na, magdadalawang taon na yung investigasyon. Preliminary pa rin yung kay Tamba. Ikinanta na siya ni Saldico, yung best friend niya. May mga lumitaw pang maraming mga witnesses. Preliminary pa rin, pero ilalaglag na po siya mga ka-reaction. Pakinggan natin, ilalaglag na. Panipinggan natin.
Complaints for preliminary investigation against former House Speaker Martin Romualdez, Mr. Elizalde, and several others. One, for plunder under Republic Act number 7080, and another for violation of the Anti-Money Laundering Act as amended. Let me be precise about what this announcement means and what it does not mean. A complaint for preliminary investigation is not a conviction. It is not, at this stage, a formal charge before a court. It is the office's determination that the evidence gathered is substantial enough to warrant a full and formal inquiry into whether or not the case should be filed in court. Every respondent will be given the opportunity to answer. The presumption of innocence stands, as it must, unless and until proven otherwise in the proper forum. At this point, we will ask the respondents, including former Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez, to answer the allegations contained in the complaint and put forth his defense. Once we receive his defense and that of his co-respondents, the case will be submitted for resolution, and the decision will lie with the panel of prosecutors whether or not the case should be filed in the Sandigan Bayan. I would like to assure the public that this office follows the evidence where it leads, regardless of the office once held, the influence still wielded, or the political weight of the name involved. Our investigation identifies former Speaker Romualdez as the central figure in a scheme built on the diversion of public funds meant for flood control projects. Funds that were supposed to shield Filipino communities from the very floods that year after year take their homes, their livelihoods, and too often their lives. His co-respondents in this complaint include former Congressman Zaldico, among others. At the core of this case is the testimony this office does not take lightly. Sworn statements from 8 individuals who formerly served as Mr. Co's own security personnel. People who were present, who moved with him, who witnessed the exchanges firsthand, detailing the amounts delivered from Mr. Co to former Speaker Romualdez. This is not hearsay passed down secondhand. It is a first-hand account from those who were there. That testimony does not stand alone. It is corroborated by an independent evidentiary trail, from money exchange companies to bank transfers to shell companies, all using personalities tied to the former Speaker, Martin Romualdez. The former security personnel of Mr. Zaldico record the first trace of money from Mr. Zaldico to the former Speaker. Investigation yields, however, that the money trail did not stop there. In an apparent attempt to cover up the extraordinary wealth, the money was...
So ibig sabihin mga ka-reaction, kung gagamitin ng ombudsman yung 18 Marines, dito po gaganda yung usapan. Nabanggit po yung mga security details si Zaldico, yung 18 Marines na nag-inatid yung maraming pera kaya So ibig sabihin mga ka-reaction, kung maniniwala at gagamitin ng ombudsman ang lahat ng mga evidentiary statement o masasabi natin mga sinabi nilang mga salaysay, sinumpang salaysay, imposibleng hindi gagamitin ng ombudsman balang araw kay Erwin Inayupak Tulfo, kay Tutasen. Kaya naman kabadong-kabado na tong dalawa na to di ba? Kasi kung maniniwala ang ombudsman doon sa 18 na dating sundalo na naghatid ng mali-malitang pera, bilyon-bilyon kay Romualdez, pwede rin gamitin sa mga nabanggit nilang lahat, kasama si Escudero.
Exchanged, commingled, and laundered through an elaborate scheme. The result? Numerous luxury houses and condominiums, extravagant investments in different industries, and enough money left to change narratives, buy opinions, and attempt to destroy and manipulate evidence. Records drawn from the Anti-Money Laundering Council, money service businesses, and corporate structures that our investigators allege were used as an instrument in this scheme, when read together, tell one consistent story. Further, despite a precautionary whole departure order issued by the Sandigan Bayan, this office has received credible intelligence reports that former Speaker Martin Romualdez has not ceased attempting to leave the country. The office calls on all relevant agencies to make sure that this does not happen. Let me make this clear. We are not done collecting evidence. We are not done filing cases.
O, di ba mga ka-reaction? Lalaglag na po nila si Martin Romualdez.
Marcoleta, matagal mamatay ang mahabang damo. Tingnan mo si Digong. Diba?
Grabe yung babaeng yun, mga ka-reaction, ha?
Base sa pag-aaral namin, may nakarating sa aming dokumento.
Ano yan?
Dyan, he was appointed as an interim chairman by the PLC. Pero ang instruction sa kanya is to immediately incorporate the PISCO. So,
Sa nakikita ko po, malapit-lapit na pumakulong itong si Cayetano. Oo, nagkikis build up na sila. Mauna pa makukulong itong si Cayetano kaysa kay Martin Romualdez tsaka kay Bongbong Marcos. Oy, SP Cayetano, magbalot-balot ka na. Kahit masakit sa kalooban kung sinasabi ko malapit ka na makulong, yan ang nangyayari, oh.
corporate yan gumawa, pero he's not part of the director. So, he can no longer serve as a board. Ang mangyari dapat, yung binuo na PISCO will elect their set of officers. So, medyo yun yung questions dyan, yun yung kailangan mo ipaliwanag.
Ano po yung nakikita ninyong mga legal dilemma, sir? If ever, kung meron man, sa ganitong sitwasyon po, sir?
Well, unang-una nga, paano ka magiging chairman kung nagpakilala kang chairman, tapos hindi ka naman member ng board. Pangalawa, if you acted as chairman na hindi ka chairman, that is an ultra vires act na tinatawag, that is outside of the scope. Because anything that is being done by a corporation, whether it's an NGO or not, should be through a board resolution. So, hanapin natin yun, yung mga papel na yun. At we will ask Tad Susana, yung tumayo na chairman, bakit hindi siya tumatayo na chairman in all the functions and the occasions. So, may opisina naman silang nakalagay doon, although I have reports that the office is not functioning as a normal office, just a virtual office. No? So, yan yung mga kailangan. Sa Taguig to, yung opisina na to. Ang malinaw dito binabanggit kasi namin yung sa PISCO. Yung mga unliquidated na expenses, sa rental, just to give you something. In 2023, may binayaran pa silang rental na mga 300 million. So tapos na yung event, may binabayaran pa din consultancy na almost 400 million. Malaki talaga na halaga na ang punto dito. Meron ditong public funds na pumasok. When public funds is used, ang kasunod niyan, there should be accountability and it should be audited by the Commission on Audit. When he was assigned, I think he's still the Secretary of the Foreign Affairs. Kaya nga nalagyan ng 7.5 na billion na budget for SEA Games yung DFA na kung saan nung umupong secretary si Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin, nagulat siya, isinuli niya yung pera na yan. That is on record. That is on record. Dito, hindi tayo nag-live selling o nagbo-broadcast na parang nagkakwento-kwento lang tayo. No? We have all the documents to support, the evidence to support, the testimony to support us. There are a number of individuals who are willing to testify on the matter.
Grabe mga ka-reaction. Kaya itong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, nako, mag-ready-ready ka na dahil ginagamit na nila lahat ng lakas nila.
The impeachment court, of course, without prejudice to legal remedies available under the law.
Malaking setback ba ito sa inyo o anong tingin niyo?
Sa amin, syempre, hindi namin may pagkakaila na talagang we had strong grounds to oppose. No? At least, yun yung pananaw namin. But as to setback, we're ready naman, whatever happens. You know, the possibility of this happening is something we also anticipated. So, hindi naman natin masasabi na malaking setback to. Siyempre, hindi man tayo bobolahan. Siyempre, mas gusto namin kung talagang napagbigyan din yung opposition namin. But, you know, that's normal naman in any court proceeding and we respect the impeachment court as well as the ruling made by the presiding officer. So, tayo, we just submit to the ruling of the court. But again, without prejudice, siyempre, sa mga remedies are available.
Attorney, speaking of remedies, what are the possible legal remedies that you may take? Saan niyo po ito kukunin? At ano po yung possible next actions?
Well, to be perfectly clear, we're not even sure if a motion for reconsideration is something that we're allowed to do.
Ama naming Diyos na makapangyarihan sa lahat, salamat po sa iyong pagmamahal na hindi nagmamaliw. Sa gitna ng kaguluhan sa aming bansa, Turuan niyo po kaming magtiwala sa iyong hustisya at hindi sa hustisya ng tao. Linisin niyo po ang aming mga puso at ituro niyo po ang tamang daan ng katotohanan at pag-ibig. Tulungan niyo po kaming maging ilaw sa gitna ng dilim at ipakita sa mundo na may pag-asa pa sa pangalan ng aming Panginoon Hesus. Salamat po sa pag-ibig po ninyo at salamat sa pagdinig ng aming mga panalangin at iligtas niyo po kami. Sa pangalawa po ninyong pagparito at patawarin po kami sa lahat ng aming mga pagkukulang at pagkakasala sapagkat ito po ang aming samot hiling sa matamis na pangalan ng aming Panginoon Hesus. Amen.
Sa lumang silid, mag-isa kang tahimik. Walang kamera, palakpak ay wala na. Ngunit sa bawat pader ng bayang iniwan mo, may pangalan mong di na mabubura.
Minsan kang naging balikat ng mahihina, kalaban ng takot, kakampi ng masa. Di mo man laging nasabi ang tama, pinili mong ipaglaban ang madla.
Hindi ka sakdal gaya naming lahat, pero tumindi ka nang walang pag-atras. At ngayong pagod ka na, tatay, kami naman ang sasalo ng bawat bigat. Hanggang sa dulo, ikaw ay mahal. Kahit papagod na ang iyong katawan, tatay, salamat sa iyong paglaban. Ngayon, kami naman hanggang sa dulo. Di ka namin iiwan. Ang kwento mo'y dala ng bayan. Tahimik ka na sa mga batikos, wala nang tugon, wala nang galit, pero sa mata ng mga maralita, naroon pa rin ang tapat mong alaala.
Marami mang di nakaintindi, marami pa rin ang di nakakalimot.
At ngayong wala ka ng kapangyarihan, tatay,
Ang magtatanggol sa'yo ay
hindi ka nag-iisa kahit ngayon.
hanggang sa dulo, tangan ka pa rin
Sa puso ng batang minsan mong pinagkain, hanggang sa dulo, di ka nag-iisa. Ang dasal ng bayan ay sa'yo pa rin.
Katay, kami naman ang lalaban sa puso ng masa.
At yun na nga mga kababayan, ano na ang masasabi mo? Kung mayroon kayong hinaing at komento patungkol sa balitang ito, please comment down below. Pag-uusapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung nagustuhan nyo ang video, ay huwag kalimutang mag-like at i-share na din para mas marami pang makaalam at umabot ito sa marami sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po.
Mabuti pa ang sardinas, may label. Eh tayo, wala.
Oo nga pala.
Nay, ito na yung bayad ko sa isa, ano? O, kunin mo yung isa. Isa muna, iyan, no? Tapos, isa pa, di ba? 4 dapat na sardinas, eh. Yan. 3 na. Pang-4 na sardinas. Okay na.